What's going on, everybody? My name's Kamari, and today I want to welcome you to a lighting breakdown of a guitar cover that I did this Christmas by Donny Hathaway. You can find the cover on my other channel, Cam Era. But anyways, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this lighting breakdown. So for this setup, I used a total of 3 lights. I used a Godox SL 60 watt light, an Aperture Amaran 200X, and then I also used a Nan light, Pavotube 215X, I believe it's called. So a total of 3 lights for this lighting setup, just to try to keep it simple, but to also accomplish what I wanted to. So I shot during the daytime. I wasn't necessarily too concerned about where the sun was, because even though I was shooting in the house, I knew that it didn't really matter. Just based off of the position of our house and like how the sun usually moves, I knew that it wasn't really going to be a big deal. So the first light that I actually put down was my Godox SL 60 watt light, and I just basically used this light for some room tone. I knew that I wanted to kind of make the room look like it was just kind of naturally lit, and so the windows that the camera was pointing towards, I knew that the room was just a little bit too dark without this light, and I pointed it towards the ceiling just so it could bounce off of the ceiling and just provide some nice ambient light, some nice room tone in the scene. And so the next light that I ended up putting down was my Nan light Pavotube on a C-stand, and I just put that up as a hair light. I knew that that would be motivated by the window, and this light was positioned upstage right, and again was just acting as a nice hair light for me. It was 5600 Kelvin, and it was motivated by that window back there, and so I think it made it a nice touch, just kind of accentuating what kind of not you would expect the light to naturally do, but just making it a little bit more dramatic. And then the final light that I added in was my key light, which was positioned upstage left, and that was the Aperture Amaran 200X, which is a bicolor light. And so that's really nice because I didn't have to gel it. I put it in this big softbox, or I put this big softbox on it. It was kind of coming in like this on my face, and basically like how I was positioned with the camera, I wasn't really straight on facing the camera. I was kind of at an angle, so it was like catching one side of my face and then leaving the other side of my face in shadow, which was the side closest to the camera. And so that just ended up looking really nice. And because I'm black, I know that warmer color temperatures usually look really nice on like dark skin. And so I just turned the light, probably, I don't even remember exactly what I turned it to, but I just turned it to a warmer color temperature. And when I was actually lighting this, I put the main key light in a couple different areas, and I just didn't like how it looked. Because I actually had it downstage left, and still kind of got that shadow fill side closest to the camera. But the problem was that the light was spilling and shining onto that back wall, which I didn't really like how that looked, because it looked really weird and unnatural. And not that this lighting setup was supposed to be super natural looking, but I just wanted it to look nice. And I really like how it looked without the spill on the wall from the big key light. And just again, going back to that Godox SL 60 watt light that I just pointed up at the ceiling. That was all the light that I needed on the wall. There was not any harsh shadows or anything like that, and I just think it looked more natural that way. As far as my camera kit goes, I used the Sony a7S III, and I was rocking 1/8 Pro Mist, black Pro Mist from Tiffin, and that's just a nice filter on my lens. I have a Sigma Art 24-70, so 2.8 aperture. And I don't remember if I used NDs that day. I probably did use an ND filter on my camera. But yeah, that's my camera rig. So that covers like the lighting side of things. Now I want to get into the audio side of things. So I record, I produce all that type of stuff inside of Ableton. That is the DAW that I use, for anybody wondering. But as far as hardware goes, the guitar that I was playing in the cover was actually a PRS Silver Sky SE edition. It's a wonderful guitar. I absolutely love how it plays. And I mic'd up an orange Crush 60 amp, I think that's what it's called. And I mic'd that amp up with a Rode NT1 microphone, and I had everything running into a UAD Apollo Solo interface. So that is my audio setup, and I've just been upgrading it over time, and I really like the quality of sound that I can get with the equipment that I have. All right, so that's it for today's video. Hope you guys found something helpful about this lighting breakdown, or just found it interesting at the least. If you guys have a suggestion or even some questions in the comments, definitely make sure to sound off in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, and also make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. All right, this was the first video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.